Alleged, allegations, alleged. Let's get into this, y'all. So it says Lizzo loses almost 400,000 followers following the serious allegations. Okay, Lizzo had lost more than 164,000 followers on her Instagram account, and combined with the 200,000 she's lost on TikTok and 20,000 followers on the Twitter birds, this totals to a whopping 387,000 followers, as well as issues with job security and strict rehearsal rules. An alleged trip to Bada, a strip club in Amsterdam, was the center of a lot of inappropriate behavior. Okay, y'all. Now, I didn't know some of these other details that I know now, okay? But still, I think my point's going to be the same as what it was the last video, okay? Let's continue. While the dancers were there, Lizzo allegedly began inviting cast members, which are the dancers, to take turns touching nude performers, catching, sorry, I'm sorry, y'all, okay, catching dildos launched from the performers' vaginas, and eating bananas protruding from said performers' vaginas. Okay, the suit continued. Lizzo then turned her attention to Miss Davis and began pressuring Miss Davis to touch the breast of one nude woman. Plaintiffs were aghast with how little regard Lizzo showed for her bodily autonomy of her employees and those around her, especially in the presence of many people whom she employed. So the Lizzos was upset, and she's like, I just cannot believe you guys are all doing this. Here is a post that I'm gonna make on the Twitter birds. So she wrote and said, these last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. My work ethic, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are just as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to be addressed. These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. So this has a lot to unpack. So that's something I'm also wondering. So it says that you guys are former employees. Were you fired? Did you quit? What did that whole thing look like? Did you know that she was going to fire you eventually and then you just quit? What's going on? And she said that they've publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was not appropriate. So were y'all in the wrong? And now she's saying, this is why you got to know all the sides. You got to know hers, theirs, and the truth. Okay. But my thing's like this: was it appropriate? Was it inappropriate? What was going on? What did you guys say? What was happening? What's happening, y'all? So that's the thing that I'm really curious about. And it's like, are they lying? Are they telling the truth? What's going on? I also feel like these dancers, and I'm not saying I'm on anyone's side, I'm just saying, these are some pretty serious allegations to be making, you know what I mean? Because you also said false imprisonment, which I don't know. What did she do? Tell you, girl, you can't leave this room. And you're just like, okay. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going on with that. But we got this whole thing, and I don't know. I kind of look at it as like this. I don't know. I kind of look at it as though like these dancers are kind of, I don't know how to even put it. I guess they're kind of using this whole pro-female trope thing, pro-feminism thing to work in their favor. Now, Lizzo, I don't know much about her. I don't really listen to her music. I know that one song was Truth Hurts. I was not for it at all. I was like later for that. But people like her, and you respect her work, and I respect her really because she's a flutist and she's making that popular. Okay, because people over here looking at flute players like, but I'm like, yo, girl, go ahead, but anyways, I'm looking at her and everything, and she's outspoken, she's loud, she'll do whatever, whatever, she doesn't care, she's pro, I'ma do what I'ma do, I'm a woman, I'm a roar, I'm a yeah, she's doing all that, and I'm like, okay, cool, great, I'm happy for you. Now here's the thing. I feel like they're kind of using that to their advantage, like, oh, well, she said that we were fat, and I'm thinking, well, I looked at all three of y'all pictures, and unless y'all 4'1", Yeah, she looks like she's bigger than all of y'all. So, maybe she was joking, like, girl, you fat. Girl, did you gain 2 pounds? Girl. And you like 200 and she's 300. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's like, was she joking? Was she just saying that? And let's say she was at the strip club and, she's like, oh, girl, go touch that nip. And you're like, girl, I ain't doing that. And then, oh, well, she forced me to do it. Did she? You know what I mean? So that's why you got to know both sides, because it's like she could have been joking. It could have been in a tone. I don't know how they work together. You know what I mean? And when they started bringing in the whole thing with the religion, and the lady, she was over here like, oh, well, she's over here saying that my God is number one and this and that. And did she actually say that, or did she say, yeah, I'm gonna go to church and I love the Jesus Lord Christ? And you're like, oh, well, I don't like Jesus. You know what I mean? So it's like, are you lying? Are you not? Who's really telling the truth in all of this? And the reason why I say, getting back to my point, I kind of feel like they're using this pro woman trope thing, because it's just kind of like, oh, well, we're sexually free, we're liberated, oh, we can do whatever, let's relinquish all the boundaries. So you're doing your thing and you're like, oh, let's be real sexy, let's love our bodies, and oh, let's go and touch the woman or whatever, you know what I mean? And hey, people think that's cool, because a lot of things that were not acceptable back in the day are now. I mean, it just is what it is. That's just how the society has evolved, and I kind of feel like they may be utilizing that to their own advantage, like saying like, oh, you see, she is a wacko, she is a pervert, you see, y'all, you see, because she, look how sexually free she is over here, she's doing all this, so you got to believe me, right, with this. And it's like, maybe, just because someone's sexually free over here and they're showing how they're proud to be who they are, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're over here, telling you to go and touch a nip. You know what I mean? But I don't know. We gotta wait to see how this whole story unfolds, and see what really is going on with this, because I don't know, I'm kind of tending to not believe it as much. I don't know, we're getting fake stories in the news. We got the Carly Russell thing, and all that kind of stuff. We had the Jussie Smollett years back, and I knew for a dang sure this fool was lying. I thought this was like taken from years prior or something. People were like, no, this is recent news. And I'm like, well, I'm in I'm in the Chicago area now, and I'm like, it was negative 20 degrees outside. It's like negative 20, 25 degrees. It's negative 20, 25 degrees, nothing but ice. And they say if you outside for more than 5-10 minutes, you're going to get a frostbite. How in the heck are you driving? How the heck are you walking all the way down at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning to subways? But then you get beat up, you get bleach thrown on you. That stuff should have frozen in midair. You get beat up, you get bleach thrown on you. You got a noose around your neck about 2 African dudes and then 2 Nigerian dudes. And then you come back with the sandwich still intact and you saying, oh man, ooh, it hurt. Ooh, yeah, look at me. Look, I got a little bruise on my lip. And I'm like, oh, I don't believe that. I didn't believe that when you said that you were outside and it was negative 20 degrees. After everything else, I was like, that has to be made up. You're telling stories now. Because I was like, that has to be made up, because I know you weren't outside. I wasn't outside. Nobody was outside. You know what I mean? Unless you had to be outside, and that getting a Subway sandwich is not what it is. Okay, let's be real. But I don't know. We'll see how this whole thing unfolds, and we'll see what the other details are that lie ahead. Hey, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could support me. Simply go to ebay.com. In the search bar, type in Latrice Limited. Click on shops and then support me. I have a wide variety of items on there, many of my own personal Latrice Limited items such as candles, soaps, bath bombs, essential oil blends, lingerie robes, so much. I even have men's ties on there and comic books, trading cards, a whole bunch of stuff. Definitely support me, and do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.